and
Could you
and
start
potato.
from the beginning again?
I'm sorry. What should I do?
Just start from the main ingredients beginning. Okay.
Start it over again? No.
Yeah.
The main ingredients.
Yeah.
Start from the main ingredients.
Okay. The main ingredients are only potatoes, fresh potatoes, and salt and flour. And it is possibly, for me, and I hear it a lot, that it's the most difficult recipe to make. It's a flop. People buy all the equipment they have for it, and it ends up in the attic or in the closet, in the closets. But I've been picked up with things that have changed over the years. What I know about Lefse, I know about Lefse, and it's for me. It might not be for you, and you may have other parts that rate your Lefse a certain way, and that's fine if it works for you. My first mentor is from Fenimore, Wisconsin, and my friend's mother made Lefse with cream and butter in it, and it's wonderful Lefse. It's very, very good. My first time I ate Lefse, I think, was we flew up there, picked her husband up, and then we went out to, then she came to the car, not the mother, the daughter came to the car with a package of Lefse for me. And so we went on, had our meal, came back, dropped them off in Fenimore. And before my husband leveled off with the airplane, I had 2 of those Lefse on. I never ate them before. I said, this is the most wonderful Lefse. I've got to learn how to make that. Then when I joined the club, the Shoal Lodge, I was introduced to Decorah, Iowa. And that was great. And all these different windows with Lefse. They're all making, I think there were 10 window displays of making Lefse. So I came back and I thought, why isn't our lodge doing that? Why isn't our lodge doing that? And so I thought, boy, I guess I've got the guts enough just to get up there and out and just do it anyway. In fact, I'd rather I really asked if I could do it. I budged myself into Shoal Lodge so I could do this, So that's good. So you gave me a good start, and you've given me good support, and you've been very patient with me. But it has taken a long time, and if you start to learn to make it, it's going to be difficult, but you just have to keep practicing and read up on it. There are fun books, although I had a book on Lefse, and I threw it out. They just murdered it. They do. It takes fresh potatoes, and a good flour, but they buy the packaged potatoes or the whole package thing, mixed in. No, there's nothing like the really fresh Lefse. I do make hors d'oeuvres too. These little. Oh, yeah. Listen, if there's anybody here that I only want people that are interested in Lefse, so you're not injuring, I'm not humiliated by if you walk out, really. I really mean that, because there are some Scandinavians that couldn't give a hoot about Lefse. so, you're not hurting my feelings. Hold it.
Oh, no, not you. I was talking to your daughter.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to zoom in on the hors d'oeuvres.
So I'll try to start in my mind, think of what I'm doing. Okay, the potatoes are important. Some people can use red potatoes, or I think they're more difficult because they're more moist to use. But the finest potato that you can purchase is the Idaho russet Burbank, and it should have a little ticket. It could be an Idaho russet, but not a Burbank potato, and that's the classic potato. And you'll find this little ticket on there. So, but that is the best. I find out the dough is a lot easier to handle, and then when you rice it, it comes out like rice. It handles a lot better. So then the next important thing I think is at least get one of those little, what is it, that little, you're not going to use packaged goods, and you'll for surely need one of these, and it works really fast. I can do 10 pounds of potatoes in about 15 minutes, really. It works really fast. The important thing is that how you could, sort of ruin your lefse a little bit, or make it more difficult to make, is if you boil the potatoes too long. So I let them boil, come to a full boil, and then I turn it down and a simmer, not low, but a moderate simmer. And then after 10 minutes or 15 at the most, then watch that, because in a second it's done. And you don't want it to get too done, then it gets too moist, and you don't want to let water in there. And then immediately drain them, of course, and then I drain it and then put it back on my stove, and on really low, or turn it off if you've got electric, and let that moisture in there sort of escape that way. So you can try, and then the next thing is chop it all up, and then I run it through. I didn't bring my ricer. Ricer that's probably 100 years old. It was my grandma's, but it still works. Don't buy a cheap one. I bought a cheap one once, and it crushed it. I couldn't use it. It just bent all out of shape. So where I have a sheet here of where you can purchase this if you want to call in or on it, and they have two of them on there that they list, a cheaper one and an expensive one. And those of you that are going to buy equipment, I suggest you get the better one, because you got to really push on that, and maybe lean on your sink and the bowl in the sink, and then let that fall in there. Then what I do is leave them fluffy, and put fill a bowl with that, okay, with your rice potatoes, and then they'll cool better that way. And if the bowl is broader, or if you want to put it in a more flatter pan, then it will cool faster for you. And then when it's cooled down, then I push it down into a quart measuring thing, and push it down, and that's 4 cups. The recipe calls for 4 cups. And then I just let those potatoes cool before that, though. Let them get cool. And then to measure it, I do that, put that in there.